This is County Cavan Museum. Absolutely brilliant. And this is what you've got out the back here. You've got the commemoration of the First World War, and there's a Somme trench, a recreation of a Somme trench in here. It gives all the details. Battle of the Somme. I've never seen some of these pictures here now. A soup kitchen down below there. And there's a guy that wounded British soldier holding up a steel helmet that has been pierced by a piece of shrapnel. And he was a fortunate boy. Look at that, isn't that dreadful? 36th Ulster Division had 5,000 casualties on the July 1st, 1916. 16th Irish Division had 4,300 casualties. So the carnage was unbelievable. And as far as I know, that this is the best and most authentic example of a World War I trench in the whole of Ireland, possibly even in the whole of the UK. And you can read down that information about trench warfare there yourself. And this has been built, constructed down here in Ballyjamesduff at the County Cavan Museum. And this is quite an extensive trench system here. Very, very well done. But all of this would have been saturated in mud and all sorts. You poke your head above that trench there and you get your head shot off. And this was the war underground, because they tunnelled deep underneath the German lines, and they laid explosives. And the Germans did the same thing. And some wise guys would have put up signposts, Dublin and all the rest of it. So this is a firing step, and this is a periscope. So you were supposed to look in and be able to see what was ahead of you there, rather than poking your head up and getting it shot. And there's all the different types of weaponry that they used to defend the trenches. And they were plagued by rats, and they were plagued by lice. And this was their lighting. And there's the conditions that they were sleeping. And there's the plague of rats. And they were literally sleeping anywhere you could find. And it would have been freezing in winter, and then the rain would have come and soaked the place, and it was just absolutely diabolical. The mud was just caked into their legs and feet and all the rest. There's guys trying to get a bit of kip. Absolutely shocking. And this is an excellent representation. I have never seen anything like this. I'm totally impressed. And these guys didn't realise what they were letting themselves in for whenever they joined up. It was hell. and they thought they'd be home by Christmas. You just have to read, you know, this to find out how grim it was. Some of the soldiers died after a storm, mud. Soldiers drowned in the mud, and they were walking through trenches filled with excrement and pests, lice. It was just horrific. And this is where the officers would have taken their rest. And there's the guys, a photograph of the guys who've been injured, shell shocked and everything else. And these guys that you see in the picture are somebody's sons and somebody's husbands, somebody's uncle. And the conditions were just dreadful. A soldier's prayer. Maybe he's got a picture of his wife and family up. And this was their soup kitchen rations, and this is how they ate. And the rations would have been limited. Some of the vehicles, tanks that were used. And no man's land, of course, crisscrossed by barbed wire. This is very well done.